Hi everyone, I'm Gwen, and that's me riding my adult sized electric tricycle to the park. I've recently moved to Florida, and I can't believe I'm outside in a tank top just a week before Christmas. This is the first episode of my vlog series, A Moment of Mindful Knitting. Back in May, I rekindled an old passion, which is blogging about knitting. This vlog is, in some ways at least, a companion to that effort, and I'm excited to share even more about my meditative knitting practice, which I call mantra knitting, here on this vlog. You can get caught up on my recent projects and read about the many life lessons that I learned from knitting by visiting mantraknitting.blog. Speaking of mantra knitting, one of my favorite ways to find a sense of presence in the overstimulated modern world is to take a ride to the park for some uninterrupted knitting time. Today's trip was made extra special by getting to wear my latest knit for the first time. The Tip Top Tank by Emily Buldan is a free pattern on Ravelry and has options to make either a normal tank top strap or to have a bow version. As you can see, I chose the bow option, which I thought had a very flirty, romantic style. For yarn, I chose the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the color Dusty Artichoke, and I'm very happy with the results. The raw barrette silk is so lightweight, and I know that I'll get a lot of use out of it throughout the year here in my tropical climate. This was the first time using the yarn though, and I did find myself a little bit worried about how it would last over time. Since I used only a single strand of the silk, it seems sort of delicate, but time will tell, and I plan on hand washing it to maximize its lifespan as much as possible. I'm always trying to remind myself that I want what I make to be worn or used, regardless of how long it lasts or if something gets damaged. Part of this philosophy is inspired simply by not wanting my effort to go to waste, of course. But I've been challenging myself to live in the present moment as much as possible. Why keep a beautiful item locked away for the perfect moment that just may never come? And just to preserve it, there truly is no time like the present. This is also the reason that I have finally started to knit for children in my life. And my park knitting project today is for my 8-year-old niece. In all honesty, it's sort of funny that I chose this project to bring to the park for a quote, peaceful knitting project because I've been making so many mistakes on it during my last few knitting sessions. The stitch pattern is only 8 rows and it's super easy to remember. In fact, 6 out of the 8 rows are just knitting each stitch in a 2x2 ribbed pattern. But for the 2 rows with the actual smocking stitch in it, I somehow keep forgetting that the time has come. I just start happily knitting along, only to realize that I'm a few stitches past where I needed to make the smocking stitch. So this project has had quite a bit of tinking backwards, unfortunately, but thankfully I've usually caught the mistake before completing the row, and I don't think it has impacted the finished stitch pattern by much. Even though this project has had its ups and downs, I am getting more and more excited to give this small gift. One of my gift making philosophies is that I am infusing the hand knit gift with my energy. Each stitch is formed by my fingers. Every inch of yarn flows through my hands. Have you found that your knitting tension changes with your mood? When I'm tense, my shoulders are up at my ears, and the stitches on the needles are basically determined to have a fight with me. When I'm at ease, the knitting just flows. And that is the same energy that I believe becomes part of the finished knit, whether I want it to or not. So, I've been trying to harness this energy. And I do so by intentionally thinking about the future recipient of the item. So, even though I've made mistakes, for this gift, I've been thinking about all of the wonderful things that this little girl will accomplish in her life. I've been wishing for her protection and safety, her health and well being, and her courage and resilience. I pray for her life to be filled with joy, laughter, and love. I hope that she feels truly embraced by my love when she wears this headband, even if she never fully understands why it feels so cozy and special. I'll always know the full story of all of my hand knit gifts, no matter how big or small. To make myself comfortable for park knitting, I like to bring a blanket, my headphones, and my whole knitting bag, which includes a notebook, my project planner from Twice Sheared Sheep, and all the normal notions like scissors, stitch markers, and measuring tape. In reality, I always overpack, but I prefer to be prepared. With my remaining park time, I pulled out my new Twice Sheared Sheep project planner. I've been smitten with this planner ever since I purchased it a few weeks ago. I've only had it for two projects so far, but both are gifts for this Christmas season, and I am just thrilled that I can keep little mementos from each of the gifts that I am shipping away this year. The envelope pages are perfect for putting swatches or yarn labels, and you can connect a strand of the project's yarn right on the page. I am also using the clear pages that come with the planner to store some of the stitch pattern cards that I've been using recently to learn some new textures for future projects. The smocking stitch headband that I'm working on was actually the result of learning a new stitch from these cards. And making this headband has really taught me a few things. So I also took some notes at the park on the ways that I can use the smocking stitch more effectively in the future. Coming to this spot at the park has fueled several meditative knitting moments. I've watched gators lazily swim under the surface by following their shadowed forms. I've seen waterfowl hunt for their lunch and lizards scurry to their next spot. The park feels alive, and as I knit peacefully under the large scrub oak tree, so do I. Thanks for joining me at the park today. Like and subscribe to see my next knitting adventure.